I'm Jada Kearney.
I'm Jaden Fields.
And I'm Riley Orcutt.
Welcome to Off Topic.
Boy, does it feel great to be back.
It does. It feels like we haven't been here in a while.
I know.
But,
It was a fun little break, though. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah,
Me too.
good,
Needed
refreshing
it.
little break.
Definitely got me motivated now to come back and work hard and have a good
Yes.
preseason. I feel like
of
January is
course.
always the
Yes.
hardest.
Mm-hmm. 1,000%.
Yeah. Just because like you're coming back and it's like way different than working out on your own. It's, got to come back to and get used to the swing of things and all that. So.
And just getting into game mode in general.
Right. Yeah.
And then it's just tough, I feel like, because it's just like hard work day in, day out, and like there aren't any games. So it's just holding on to that fact that, games are in a month, but for right now you got to just kind of grind it out.
Right.
Yeah,
And this
figure
weather
it out.
hasn't helped either.
Yeah, the weather's been
the-
crazy.
The weather, it's been freezing.
Yeah.
I'm not used to it.
Yeah, being
At
outside
all.
like that. I know you're from Jersey, but you don't like the cold still.
No,
You
I
told us
hate the
that.
cold. I hate the cold. Playing in the cold is hard.
Yeah. And
It
I'm definitely
hurts.
not used to
It
it.
does
It
hurt.
hurts. Is your finger still cold? Are you doing better?
It's just
I
a
wonder
little
if that
sore,
has to do
but-
with like it being
I
cold.
think it is.
Okay.
I think it is partially cold and other factors. But yeah. but
We're almost there. February
Yes.
9th. How far is that? Like
19
3
days.
weeks? 19 days. So about.
Oh, 18 days, right? I don't know. Something like
I
that.
don't know. 18 days. Yeah.
18
What is that? 2.5 weeks?
Don't
Like
know.
that?
Yep,
Yeah,
I
was gonna
guess.
say, like, I'm not too
It's
sure.
like, yeah,
Journalism?
2.5 weeks, right?
Yeah.
Well, let's just say 2.5 weeks. How are we feeling?
Excited, and I'm
so
nervous
excited.
a little bit, but like a
Yeah.
good nervous.
Yeah. I feel like if you're not, like, I feel like those nerves just show that you care, about what
For
you're about to
sure.
do. So,
I feel like most of my nerves are just like wanting to make this year like the best year.
I
And
can feel that.
yeah, and like wanting to end it on a good note in OKC
yeah.
with my
For sure,
girls,
For sure.
you know.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I'm mostly excited. Yeah.
It is going to be nice to start the season off at home. Are you excited to see the fans be back in the home
Oh
atmosphere?
yeah.
Absolutely.
so
It's
excited.
been too long. What, 8 months?
Yeah.
Something like that. We had some fall games, but it's not the same.
Yeah, it's different.
Yeah.
We all know it's not the same type
Right.
of atmosphere.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Like really, once we start playing, the fans like get way like better and more crowds when we're in season.
Especially when we play some big matchups, which we do have at the beginning of the season.
Yeah.
You
Gonna be
know,
real tests.
Yeah, you definitely want to appreciate your first coming up. People like no matter who it is, we play Murray State our first game. And we just want to take one game at a time. But following the next week, we'll go to Clearwater and face some pretty big competition. So how are you guys feeling about that?
I'm really excited. This
so
is going to be our hardest schedule, like in the
Yeah.
beginning of the season that
Right.
we've had since we've been here. So I'm excited to face good competition. How about you?
Yeah.
Me too.
I'm really excited. Like it'll be a real test for us and seeing like what it's gonna be like facing like really good teams, possibly that we'll face in postseason and maybe even the World Series. So like it'll be really good to
Yeah.
like get that competition going early.
Yeah, I agree. I think it'll definitely be a time for us to get some good looks at some really good teams. But also, I feel like Clearwater is like an iconic tournament, or it's
Yeah.
starting to become one because
Yeah.
a lot of good teams are like invited to it every
Yeah.
year.
Yeah,
So
everyone wants to go to Clearwater.
yeah, and it's a really good atmosphere. I feel like you can recognize when you see it on TV and you know what it
Oh,
looks
yeah.
like. So
I always watch the Clearwater
Yeah.
tournament every year.
I think
I
even
love
there,
it.
hopefully, we'll have like fans, come
Oh,
and
yeah.
support
Yeah,
and stuff like that.
100%.
So
My parents are
And-
coming.
Also, speaking of starting off the year with a hard schedule, who are you guys most excited to play in the beginning of the season?
I'm excited to play UCLA because I grew up going to like UCLA games and all that, and so I don't know. I just don't know why I put this like weird stigma in my head, like oh my gosh UCLA, but I really want to play UCLA. I'm really excited to play them.
I'm excited for UCLA too. I think also Florida State play them in Clearwater. I think just because of how things left off. Hopefully we can go back and get our look back. So that'll be an exciting, I think, a super competitive matchup.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh,
I'd
yeah.
probably have to say Florida State as well, a little redemption game. And then the other team that I'm really excited to play is Stanford.
Yep.
Yes, for
I
sure.
was
I
gonna
wasn't
say
sure
that
if that was
too.
like the beginning of the season that
Yeah.
That's
counted,
like
but
yeah. I guess it's still like preseason.
True, very
So,
true. But
Yeah, I'm very excited to see what their pitcher has in store for us, and we're going to be playing on her home field, so she's going to be a lot more comfortable. It's just going to be a lot of fun, I think.
Yeah.
And I'm excited to visit San Francisco.
Yeah, because
and
we're
do
going to
the
get a little
touristy
day.
things. Yeah.
It's going to be fun.
nice.
Yeah, that's the awesome thing about softball. I feel like it's just about like the places it's allowed us to go. So we're going to Clearwater. We'll get to go to, San Francisco, just kind of experience.
That really is like kind of
cool
one thing that I really enjoyed doing. Is like when we're at different schools, like going to see like the campuses and stuff. Because I feel like when we used to go like our freshman year, we used to just like go from the hotel to the softball field.
Yeah.
But like now, like we get to walk around the campus, do all that stuff, and it's like really cool to see all the different campuses.
Yeah.
I really like it.
Going off like from freshman year to now, what do y'all think has been like the biggest change like from there? Because it's been 4 long years, like the biggest difference, and like how have we just evolved as a program and as individual players?
Go ahead, Jada. Go ahead.
I was gonna start off just with like individual and say like me personally, like how comfortable I am like playing the game. Like obviously I still get a bunch of nerves, everyone does, it's normal. But like starting in your freshman year, like you're still in that like figure it out kind of mode, trying to figure out what works best for you. And then like as you go throughout the years and keep playing like good competition like we do, you get more confident and comfortable in yourself.
Yeah, I agree. I was gonna say, like, for me personally, like, growing as like a person and like a leader and feeling more like confident in myself and like my motivation of like my teammates and stuff. I feel like I've grown a lot in that. But also I think as a team, we've grown, especially with Coach Tony, like more fun and less pressure on everyone and like working together as a team rather than like individuals, like focusing on themselves. Like we really, I feel like all play for each other, and I feel like that's something really special that is really amazing to have.
100%.
Yeah, I think for me, like when I first got here, like my freshman year, it's a big change when you're going from high school to college, just in general. Like your whole life kind of changes, and there's a lot that you have to adjust to. And so sometimes, that would cause a lot of anxiety. I'd be walking up to the field, hands would be just sweating. And like, oh my gosh, and every practice, sometimes didn't feel as fun as it should have. And it felt more like you said, just like the pressure aspect. So I think just continuing to grow in myself, like have confidence. And I think our team as a whole kind of have confidence to being able to communicate with our coaches and just make it an overall more fun experience has just been awesome and a lot more enjoyable. So definitely seen growth.
Yes.
In all parts.
Love it.
Especially when you look at the team, you think about how much of us have been with each other since the beginning, even if like when we were freshmen, you guys were sophomores, and like how we've grown closer as a team and how much that chemistry fits on the field.
Shoot, even last night we had a little game night.
Yeah.
It was really fun, and we got to hang out with our teammates, had some dance-offs, sing-offs, and I just like love that because I feel like that's the kind of stuff you're gonna look back on when you don't play anymore, and those are the memories that are really gonna
great
stick.
memories.
Like even without the softball aspect, like my teammates are gonna be like my best friends. Like I know I'm gonna like talk to you guys forever.
Right.
So.
We'll definitely be at the wedding.
Yeah.
Be yours,
Yeah.
Auntie Jada, Auntie Riley.
Period. Yeah. But
okay, so like I just said, we're seniors. There's been a lot of development in the last 4 years of being here. So what's this leadership role sort of been like this year so far?
I feel like Coach Tony especially doesn't put a lot of pressure on like certain people to become leaders, and even like upperclassmen, I feel like all of us have kind of taken a leadership role in our own way, and I feel like as upperclassmen we feel like we've been here the longest, like we know what we're doing, all this stuff, and like we can teach the underclassmen things, but it's like the underclassmen are also like trying to be leaders in their own way also, so it's like everyone's kind of leading, but I don't know.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I feel like the biggest type of leadership that like our upperclassmen like take would probably be like leading by example, because I would like to say that we don't have the type of senior class that likes to bark and yell orders at other people.
Not over here.
Yeah, 100%. And so I feel like us as upperclassmen, we lead by example, showing how to treat one another, how to act on the field, how to represent yourself.
And I think we've learned that from so-called leaders that we've had to look up to and it just not working out the way that, you know, they might have
Right.
thought. And just taking that and being, how can we do better and lead better in the way, like you said, that's not that dictatorship type of leading, kind of leading by example.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I always like to say, for me personally, like, I like to be like a help to anybody that I can, or just serve. How can I serve my teammates is like something that I'm always thinking about. So that's kind of like how I quote unquote lead. I feel like would be like a representation of me.
Yeah.
It's like, what's one word that represents you as like a leader?
One word.
Like, if mine is serve, like, what would yours be?
That's a good question.
I feel like mine's positivity.
Yeah.
Like I'm just constantly like having fun.
I don't think I've ever seen you angry.
No, seriously. I try to like, not like bottle it up, but like keep it off the field. Like if I ever get like angry, sad, like obviously I'm gonna have those emotions, but just keeping that positive mindset and like the energy, I feel like helps not only myself, but like the people around me also.
For sure.
Yeah. As I was thinking about it, I'd probably say I lead by showing perseverance in my game. I feel like a lot of people have seen me at like my lowest and at my highest, and I feel like as I've gotten older, I've been able to manage my emotions more and be able to translate that better into the game, helping other people like looking up at me. I feel like showing them how you can act and how you can push through those hard times.
Right. I agree. All right. New facility.
New facilities
How
being
is
built
it?
every day. Those men are out there working from sun up to sundown.
Seriously,
Yeah.
I feel bad because like they're trying to do the scoreboard and y'all are like hitting home runs and we're like in the outfield like heads up.
Yeah, I don't know if you saw, but there was like one of their machines was like on
Yes.
the field in the outfield.
Yep.
And the balls, well, Jada hit a line drive right at the machine. I said,
Oh god.
I'm not gonna go play off the thing. I'll let it bounce around.
Let it
and
bounce
get it.
around
She
a
can get a
little.
triple
Yeah.
if that's what needs to happen.
Yeah.
But no, I'm super excited. Unfortunately, we won't be able to experience that. But
Yeah, sadly. But it's
Yeah.
going to be absolutely beautiful,
gonna be
really
insane.
cool,
Yeah.
awesome.
yeah,
All the players are gonna love it.
Yeah.
And it's definitely gonna help out with recruiting,
For
like
sure.
seeing an upgrade to how amazing our facility is.
yeah, and it's.
Yeah.
Let me check they said, $45 million renovations for baseball and softball. So I don't know how much of that is going to softball, but they're doing a lot. And if I were a recruit, that definitely would,
Right.
steer my decision because
For sure. I mean,
it's gonna be really
even just like looking at like the outline and like baseline that they have going right now and like from what Coach Tony showed
yeah,
us,
the different models and stuff.
it's crazy. It's
Yeah.
gonna
It's
be
amazing.
like the works. Like they're gonna get everything and more
Yeah.
in that facility.
Yeah.
It's gonna be awesome.
Definitely coming back to visit.
Yeah.
Getting my
Yeah.
tour.
Yes. We all have to come back.
Yeah.
Together.
To plan a weekend so we
Yeah.
can make sure we all come together.
Yeah.
I'm always in Atlanta, so it's whatever you guys schedule.
Okay.
If y'all are
We'll
gonna
figure
be
it out.
We'll be here. We'll be here. We're gonna see that facility. No, it's gonna be crazy. If I had that facility while I was like going through the recruiting process, oh my gosh, I would have committed here in a heartbeat.
Yeah, so hopefully that'll, be good for our program, I'm sure. I mean,
Yeah.
we already
Yeah,
have
definitely will be.
great coaches already that, I feel like
Yes.
a lot of good players want to play for, so a nice facility would definitely help that.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I agree.
All right, well, we're
Right.
talking a lot about, being seniors and this being it for us. But what about what's next?
Oh,
The real world.
The real world.
the real
Kinda
world,
scary.
adulting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jada,
I
what do you
mean-
want to do?
Pretty simple as of right now, just applying to different schools, trying to get my master's degree. So still figuring out my path after.
I think for me, the closer I get, the more confused I am. I do want to stay in sports, so I know sports in the entertainment industry is my passion. Like this right here, bread and butter.
Right.
And so hopefully something along those lines. It is a very competitive industry, but I definitely feel like I can do it.
Yeah.
And, I have the work ethic to
Yes.
survive it. So,
Yeah, 100%.
I
we'll
believe
see.
in
I
you.
don't know exactly yet what that'll be, but I just trust God and, he'll figure that out. And we get to go. But it is scary, and I feel like the transition is
It
going to
is.
be something. But I think us being student athletes, we've already done one of the hardest
Right.
things that there is to do. So
Yeah.
I feel like we'll be good.
I feel like we'll be good.
What about you, Ruby?
All right. I've been applying to everywhere and anywhere that I think would be a possible fit for me. I obviously want to go into sports because that's just like been my life and that's like my passion. I really would like to be a sports agent. That's my like top dream job, what I would love to do. Been applying to all sorts of different places, but we'll see what works out. Honestly, don't know if I'm going to stay or if I'm going to go home, so that's kind of a toss-up as well, but possibly looking into grad school to get a master's as well. So
Oh, well, let me go get my master's since y'all are getting your
yeah,
master's.
let's all go get our master's. But yeah, so it's kind of all up in the air, but I'm excited. Like looking at all the jobs and like seeing what's out there, I like never knew how much like the sports world had. Like there's all different sorts of things out there for everyone, so I'm excited.
So our game day is a pretty long day.
Yeah.
What do you guys think that we'd say? We get to the facility about 3.5 hours, maybe
We have
4 hours before
the
probably.
game.
Yeah, so
Nice
we're there pretty
schedule.
early.
Yeah.
And then they normally have like breakfast or lunch or
Yeah, so we eat
something
there.
for us. So we eat at the field. You guys always go hit, and I just chill in the locker room.
Yeah.
Usually you do like early hitting.
Yeah,
I
I
usually
hit
don't do like
early
early
before
hitting.
every game. And then,
So that's something that you like to like kind of clear your mind and prepare you.
yeah, I just like getting feel-good swings in because it's harder to do that when you have like 20 other people hitting at the same time. Right. So being to get that one-on-one time or maybe 2 other people with me with Coach Tony is really nice.
Yeah. I always like, while I'm waiting for all the hitters and stuff, I like chill in the locker room, make a couple TikToks.
Yeah, we love making
you know,
pregame
pregame
TikToks.
TikToks. That's our thing. But I'll make a couple TikToks. I always wear like, I have this like set ribbon that I wore for like all last season. It was like my red ribbon. I wore it for like pretty much most games last season or like towards the end of the season. So that's like my like lucky ribbon, I guess you could say, that I put in my hair. But that's like my only like thing.
Like superstition.
Yeah.
Do you have any superstitions?
I wouldn't necessarily call it a superstition, but I guess my routine. I like to get in my Bible every day before a game because it helps any anxiety, any worry, just kind of like humble me and keep me calm and relaxed and just, you know, trusting in God's plan. And so that's something that I like to do when we're on the road. I like to do it before in the hotel room, before we go to the field and stuff like that. But when we really get to the field, there's nothing really there. I'm a firm believer in look good, feel good, play good.
Yes.
So, you know, we're always doing our makeup, doing our
Yeah.
hair in the locker room. I feel like a lot of teams can like do the same thing.
Yeah.
Especially if you're going to be on national TV. So I feel
Yeah.
like that's something a lot of us do.
Yeah.
Yeah, for
So
sure.
that's really fun. And then, of course, yeah, making TikToks with Riley and taking pregame pictures.
Yes.
We always have music going in the locker room.
Oh yeah.
I wouldn't say it's necessarily my preferred genre all the time, but
Yeah,
it's
it kind
fun.
of depends. It's like
The
whoever's
vibe-
on aux.
Yeah, it
just
depends
kind
on
of.
who's on aux. I feel
Yeah.
like, is Kuman usually on aux? Or
Kuma's sometimes
Yeah.
on aux.
Shelby? Who's usually on
It's
aux?
really
not
only
like-
bad when Lindy gets on off. Like,
Well, because Lindy plays like the hardcore like country,
Like-
and it's like screaming at you, but it's like also country, and you're like,
Yeah.
what's going on?
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, always music, always jamming.
Like I don't mind a little bit of country. They like it a little bit more than I do.
I
Every
can't
now
get
and then.
hyped to country though. Pregame.
Yeah.
You're right.
Like pregame, listening to country is crazy.
Like I do love country, but I'm not.
I don't know. Sometimes I
I'm
don't
not
like
gonna
to
be
get too
pumped.
hyped. I don't
Yeah.
like to get too pumped before games. I like to just stay like
I do.
mellow.
I need to
You
be
like to be
like.
like-
I need to be like bouncing off the
Yeah.
walls.
I
I
like
need
to
to
be
be
like
crazy.
calm. I can't be doing too much. But
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I guess.
sometimes we'll have somewhat Megan Thee Stallion, some Lil Baby, some Drake, country. I think it just varies.
It's, like,
they
all
put it
over
on
the
shuffle
place.
and let it just go.
Yeah,
Yeah.
basically.
Ooh, this gets me excited for
I
getting ready
know.
for
I
games.
can't wait.
Yeah.
I can't wait. February 9th.
It'll be fun though.
I
It'll
know.
be fun. Okay, and so Jada, I think we've already kind of gone over this question. You're from New Jersey, Riley, you're from Cali,
Yeah.
and y'all must have saw me and was like, "Wow, we need to go to her." Because I was
Yes,
in Georgia the whole time
yes.
before making your college decision. Is that what happened?
Oh, 100%.
Tell the people.
Yes.
Yeah,
Just for
what can I
you,
say?
Jaden.
I can't. What can I say? I'm irresistible. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah. That's very nice. But no, seriously, like, reiterate again, like, why you guys decided to choose UGA.
I mean, I was young. I was in 8th grade. It was my first and only visit. I committed like the day before I had to go back home, and I don't know, I just loved it there. I love the coaches, I love the atmosphere, the campus is absolutely beautiful. Some of my favorite players were on the team, so I was like, oh my gosh, when I was 12, right? So, I mean, I just had an amazing time. And I liked like the slowness in the South compared to like New Jersey. Like New Jersey's very like upbeat and like crazy, so.
Yeah. For me, as I said before, I grew up going to UCLA games. My mom went there. And on one of my visits, we came to a Georgia football game, and this is our first ever SEC football game we've ever been to as a family. And it was me, my mom, my dad, and my brother. And as soon as those red lights, like, because it was a night game, and the red lights came over the stadium, I was like, I'm going here. I'm going here. And my brother was like, this is the most magical thing I've ever seen in my entire life. And my brother was like, I'm never going to a UCLA game ever again. Only SEC football games or something of that sort.
Yeah.
And so that was kind of the moment for me. But like also just the people in the South, like so much nicer than the people in California. Like someone held the door open for my mom and she was like, oh my gosh, I love this place.
That's so funny.
So yeah, so I don't know, it's just a combination of everything. I feel like it all worked out perfectly.
Yeah, me too. I agree.
Yeah.
And you said something. You said that you like the coaches and you like the players. I know when I was younger, I used to admire a lot of UGA softball players and was like, wow, like that is so cool. Even like before I committed, just like coming to the games. How does it feel to know like a lot of little girls look up to you guys? You're like, wow, like Jada Kearney, like wow, Riley Orcutt, like.
Honestly, it's crazy. Like, it doesn't feel real. Like when you're thinking about it, like it's insane to me that like a little girl looks up to me and is like, oh my gosh, she's amazing. Like I'm like, me? Like,
right, like I was just you. Like we're not that different. Yeah. I feel that.
I feel the same way. It's like I'll walk out and people will be like, oh my gosh, can I get a picture? I'm like, me? Like you want a picture with me? Like I feel like I'm just like a regular person, like just like living their life. And people really admire us at UGA softball, and we have like a really big fan base of young girls, which is so cool, so cool.
Yeah, I mentor this little girl. She's in 8th grade, and we talk every week for about 45 minutes, and just to see the way that she, you know, she kind of talks to me and admires me. And those days that I don't feel like doing something or don't feel like working hard or am not appreciative of like the experience that I'm having, she reminds me that, you know, it's important to appreciate where we are and, you know, how hard we've worked to get here. So I think if we just keep that in our mind as we finish out this last season, like we can really have a good time.
Yeah.
I'm excited to finish it off with you guys.
Me too.
Oh my gosh, guys, our last season.
You know, it's gonna be fun with them.
I'm gonna cry.
Oh my
No, I'm
gosh.
not.
I am. Oh my gosh, that last out, no matter
Our last
win or lose,
right.
I'm bawling my eyes out. For
I feel like if we won the Natty, I wouldn't cry.
I would be happy and
I'm
then
crying.
I'd be
hard.
happy
I would
and then
just
I'd
be
be like,
silly.
I think I'd be crying harder if we won the whole thing than if we like just got up and that.
I don't think it would process about the fact that I was like done playing like college softball. I would just be like,
oh my god.
holy crap.
Yeah.
Well, let's make it happen. Let's
Yeah.
find
Yeah,
out.
let's
you know
just do
what I'm
it.
saying?
Let's just do it.
Let's find out.
I'm down for that.
Okay.
All right.
Good?
Good.
Yeah.
Thank you to Showtime Bowl for allowing us in this amazing, fun space, and thank you to the Players Lounge for this amazing platform.